I actually had my first love was my first kiss. So when I was in 7th grade, oh god, this is embarrassing as him and I met, and I just, it was like love at first sight, as cheesy as it sounds, and we kissed behind a trailer. We had like a school. It sounds wrong. Our school rented a building, so we had a parking lot as our playground, and there's a trailer in the parking lot, and him and I kissed, and that was my first kiss. And
those New York City playgrounds.
New York City those
known as parking lots.
Same thing, right? They tried to anyway. So yeah, and then I think I was in love with him at that time, but I said that and no one, I was a kid and no one believed me. And then we actually ended up staying in touch for a long time, and it continued for many years. And then ended sadly, but it does relate, because I know that like that feeling of just like even touching hands is like that anticipation, that what could be, and that like fire, like touch, like we don't have that anymore as adults, but we do. I think it still exists. It's just kind of like normalized, or like you're not supposed to get so excited over touching someone's hand, but like when you're 7th grade, that is like everything, right? So I think that directly goes into Juliet's story. That first kiss I had when I was young, and it was my love. I fell deeply in love with him. Yeah.
That's a great story.
I get so giddy when I talk about it.
Yeah, love is one of those things that the older you get, the more so when you ask me my first love, it's funny because I think back on my first girlfriend, or my first, and in that moment, it was that Romeo and Juliet thing, which is you see nothing else, and you think, this is it. This is all that's important. This will be forever, and you feel that way. And then, inevitably time does what it does, and things happen, and it ends, and you think, well, I'll never find that again, and then you find it again. And so I don't know. It's really weird, because now I feel like my love now, she is my first love, because everything before that wasn't what this is. So it's interesting, because Romeo starts off the show in love with Rosaline, and almost seemingly trying to force what he wants it to be on somebody that it isn't there. And sometimes when I look at my history through life, it's like sometimes I think I wanted the perfect love so badly that I was kind of willing it. And then unexpectedly, Romeo goes to this party hoping to see Rosaline and to keep pursuing this woman who is just not into him. And it's sort of that idea that when you least expect it, it just happens. And so that's sort of how I felt like in my journey, which is part of when we talk about what do you relate to coming back? I feel like where I've gotten now is like, I thought I had real love, and I definitely was honest and all in my journey up to this point, but it wasn't until now that I feel like I finally have my first real love, because it's not what the other ones were. So it's like my first love is now, and it's real, and it's so it's interesting. That's how I feel.